All right, welcome back, you guys. Yes, we are inside with air conditioning. I'm just saying, got a little too hot out there, and actually my camera is shut off for the simple fact that got too hot. So we came inside. I think it's comfortably maybe 100 degrees. I don't know. So we decided to move inside the office where it's beautiful, it's nice, it's airy, it's gorgeous, and it's air conditioning most importantly. So the next video for Sit Down Sundays, you guys, is the 3 C's. Now, you guys, at first I was going to do this video and it was going to be the 2 C's, but and the way that came about was I was talking to somebody and they were complaining, and I thought to myself how unattractive it was for this particular person to be complaining about something, and I said, let me do a video on this. And then 1 C became 2 C's, 2 C's became 3 C's. So what we're going to talk about is, like I said, the 3 C's. And I have notes, you guys, because you guys know I get off subject and I ramble, but we're going to try to keep it maybe under 15 minutes. We'll see what happens. So the 3 C's are complaining, consistency, and consequences. So we're going to start with complaining. Now, to me, one of the most unattractive things that someone can do to me is to complain. I mean, like, constantly complain. Of course, we do Sit Down Sundays where I'm ranting about something, I'm talking about something, but right afterwards I give solutions. You get what I'm saying? So I might say, hey, this is what's going on, I don't like it, I don't like what I'm seeing, complain about it, maybe rant about it a little bit, but then I'm going to give you solutions right afterwards. Very unattractive. And for me personally, and this is just my opinion, when a man complains, it's one of the most unattractive things that I think a man can do is complain about something, because it just makes me look at them like, really? I mean, you're supposed to be the rock, you know, whatever. Especially if the man is complaining and not giving me any solutions right afterwards, whether it be business, relationship, whatever. You're going to complain, you're a man, and you don't have solutions. I mean, I might want to hear about the subject maybe once, tops twice. Technically, I don't want to hear about it, period, if you're complaining. But if you have solutions right afterwards, I'm more likely to hear you out and maybe give you a little respect. Just saying, that's just me, you guys, just me. Complaining, like I said, even though we're here, Sit Down Sundays, I'm complaining about different things, globally, I don't know, financially, business, relationships, whatever the case may be. These are just things that are my thoughts that I see every day, and it just really has me, like, my mind boggles sometimes. I'm like, does anybody else see this, or am I the only one? What are other people doing to rectify this? I'm sorry, I'm getting messages as I'm filming. We'll just let that go through. But because we're real raw over here, you guys. We're not fancy smancy. We're not going to edit anything out. If somebody was to walk past and fall, we're going to keep that in there for the laugh at. I'm just kidding. But anyways, back on subject. Complaining, I don't see what. Of course, we all need to vent from time to time. But at the same time, if you're going to vent about something, right afterwards, give a solution. Identify what the problem is. Rectify it. I'm going to say that one more time. Identify what the problem is and rectify it. You know what you need to do. Usually when you're venting or ranting, you know what the solution is right afterwards. You know, oh my God, here's one I think maybe some of you guys can relate to. Maybe it might resonate with you, because I know it resonates with me. I hate my job. I don't like my job, my 9 to 5. Then if you don't like it, take the proper steps, put your ducks in a row to be able to leave your job in a timely fashion. Set goals for yourself, like on this month I'm going to do this, and this month I'm going to look for another job. This other month maybe I'll start my business, whatever the case may be. Identify what the problem is, move on, and rectify it. You get what I'm saying? One more time, you guys, for the slow people in the back, just saying. Identify what the problem is, identify the problem, and rectify the problem. Next subject, consistency. Now, this is something that I find very attractive. When someone is very consistent, I mean, in other words, if someone's a person of their word, not just a man of their word, but a woman of their word, if you tell me you're going to do something and you follow through and do it. I have actually this one friend, good friend, she's so consistent. She's very, I always told her, I've known her for years, and I told her every time she says she's going to do something. For example, she told me, oh, Aisha, I'm going to create this book. And literally by next Tuesday, it was less than a week, and maybe I told this story, she literally created the book. She's very consistent. She's very, a woman of her word. If she says she's going to do something, she follows right through and does it. She's her own motivation. Let me tell you, she's her own motivation. She'll say she's doing something. I'll get on the phone. Maybe we would have like a weekly meeting on business or something, what we were doing, what was our next step, whatever the case may be. She goes, oh yeah. And then I'll follow back with her. I'll follow back up with her. And I'm like, hey, how did that thing work out? She goes, oh yeah, I already did it, already published it, put it out. I'm like, well, golly gee, she's her own motivation. Consistency is very important in life. I don't care what it is. And you guys always know I talk about relationship, business-wise, whatever the case may be, you guys. Consistency is a beautiful thing. Be consistent with your word, be consistent with who you are, or at least try. Do the 4 agreements. Do the best you can, okay? Do the best you can. But when you're very consistent, it shows. Other people can see that, and it makes them want to do business with you, makes them want to be around you, it makes them want to emulate you. Be consistent. The third C, you guys, is consequences. So with consequences, let me tell you, not a lot of times, let me rephrase that. Sometimes I tell people what my intentions are, what my next move is. Sometimes. Now that I've learned to curtail that and not tell everybody all my business. But like if I have an idea, and I've heard on different occasions, you can't do that. You can't do that. Aisha, you can't do that. That's crazy. You can't do that. Let me tell you guys something, okay? Let me tell you something. You can do whatever you want. And I love that Jay-Z and Beyonce song. You can do anything, and I won't even sing it because I'm not going to embarrass myself on camera. But it basically says, look it up on their album. You can do anything, and it's true. Technically, you can do anything you want. If I want to go outside and run across the street naked, I can do that, but there would be consequences for that. If I want to, and this is kind of bad, if I want to get into a car drunk and I have an accident and harm somebody, consequences for that. You can do anything you want. If you want to start a business today, you can do that. You can do anything you want. But sometimes if it's negative or bad, you will have consequences to that. But there's so many beautiful things you can do that will have, if you start, like for example, starting a business, you can start to employ other people. Your income stream can go 10 times fold. You can live the life you always wanted. You can have more time with your family, which is very important to me. Time with your family. Those are some of the consequences. You can do anything you want, you guys, but there's always consequences. I can even jump into parenting just with me, myself. There's consequences. You have to, I don't want to say act accordingly, but when it comes to me, whenever I make a move, the first thing I always think about is the family as a whole. If I make this decision, what will the consequences be? How will that affect my family? Do you get what I'm saying? That's just the type of person I am. So I have a son, so I really don't make a lot of moves that are dumb. I have in the past, though, just saying. But I don't make moves that are dumb for the simple fact that I think about the consequences. How will that affect my family, or how will that affect not my past, but my future if I make this stupid decision, you guys? So the 3 C's today, and I want you to think about it. Complain. We don't have time for that. I mean, you can rant too, especially if you could. Me, I'll get that, what's that face? I did it on Facebook. It's the like, I don't give a look. I'll listen to you. This is the look. So if you're ever talking to me, you see this look, just stop. This is the look right here. Ready? That's the look. I'll just look at, and I'll be zoning out. I'll be thinking about something else to do. I'll be listening to you. I'll hear you. But then right afterwards, and if I really know you, especially if I care for you and I love you and you're a good friend, I will straight call you out. Or actually, before I call you out, the thing I'll do is ask you. I'm like, You'll be like, well, what do you think, Aisha? Then I'm like, do you want me to be your fake friend or your real friend? Your choice. And if they say fake friend, I'll give them some whatever. And if they say 100, I go ahead and rip them new. You know what? I'm just saying, look, check it out. So what's the problem? Well, I just told you what the problem was. I'm like, yeah. So now what's the solution? I'm like, and 9 times out of 10, the problem that they are in, maybe they created for themselves. I'm just saying, we all do it. I'm just saying, but if you come to me and start complaining, you might get a dose of something you might not like. But I always ask first, fake friend or real friend? Consistency. It's just so wonderful when people say what they're going to do, who they are, and they show you who they are, and they are exactly who they say they are. That's a beautiful thing. Consistency. We love when people follow through with what they're going to say. It's just really attractive. Not so attractive, complaining. Just saying. Consequences. There's consequences to everything you do, you guys. So when you move accordingly, okay? So consequences. Move accordingly. Something happens, and also when you do something and it doesn't pan out, also how you want it to. Like I said in my last video with the 4 agreements, there's no reason to relive it over and over and over again and just bring yourself down, 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 down. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? So there's always consequences, and we all know there's consequences. But at the same time, don't let that just sit on your shoulder and let it be so heavy to where you carry it around all the time. We're keeping this one short. Look at that, under like 12 minutes. I'm just saying. Stay tuned, you guys. There's gonna be another one, 3 for Sit Down Sundays. Thanks for watching, you guys. Remember, don't complain. Technically, nobody wants to hear it. Let me stop. All right, you guys. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you feel what I'm saying. The 3 C's, you guys. Complaining, consistency, and consequences. Just saying. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.